Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here, once again. It is hot as fucking shit right now. It is unbearable. I do not function in the heat, okay? I'm just like, no, just don't let me be anywhere else but here. But fuck it, we're gonna do top 20 PlayStation games. Yeah, I kinda wanted to do another one of these, you know, just to pick up where I left off, sort of. I know there was a while where I was kinda just doing top 20 after top 20, and it got a bit old, but I think I'm ready to go for some more and do some consoles that I haven't done yet, so we're going to do the PlayStation. And the thing about the PS1 was that I didn't have one when I was growing up, but every single friend I had did have one, seriously. My brother had an N64, I opted for Saturn, which I barely fucking played, and I knew like one or two other people who had an N64, but nobody with a Saturn, and everybody had a PlayStation. So I played a fair bit of it growing up, and I've played a fair bit of it over the years, but it's not actually a console that I'm that fussed collecting for. I don't know why. Maybe because I know it's so successful and it's so everywhere, especially at that point in time, that, I don't know, the inner hipster is fucking raging at me for it. But yeah, because when I was going over my games here, I noticed a lot that I have not fucking played yet, and I really ought to. You know, like the Mega Man Legends games, not played those yet. Not played like Dino Crisis 2, not played what else is fucking here? Just the Breath of Fire games, you know, just a lot that I need to get through. So this list is like gonna seem a bit weird, and to be honest, I kind of threw them all together. You know, I might change my mind as I go through this. In fact, I guarantee I will. So with that, let's get into it. Now, this first one, this is like stuck out like a sore thumb on this shelf. You can actually see the first game there still. But Lunar 2, what's the subtitle for this? Eternal Blue Complete. Game originally on the Mega CD, didn't come out over here, got ported to the PlayStation, and it also never came out over here. But this is the best version of Lunar 2 to my knowledge. And yeah, I got both of these games actually off of a fellow YouTuber who was selling a bunch of his collection. In fact, just out of curiosity, because what he also sent me, he did not have to send me this, but he must have just thought, fuck it, and like put it in the package too. But here's the Japanese Sega Saturn version, you know, which I obviously can't play, but yeah, that's a thing, because apparently these games were sort of like meant for Sega consoles at the time or something, but they got ported to PlayStations for probably obvious reasons. But yeah, it's a very like, the only thing way I can describe this game, right, is that it's very, I'm trying to think of a word that means charming, but I'm not trying to say charming because I use that word way too much. It's very simple. It's very like heartwarming. It's just a really feel-good like adventure with characters that you want to see to the end and stuff. You know, it doesn't like deal with anything too heavy-handed. Okay, you got a boy, you got a girl, you got a bunch of friends, you got an adventure. That's it. Got some nice anime cutscenes. It really is a simple, charming game, okay? Really is all there is to it. Although I will say, like, I probably prefer the first one. I played the first one on the PSP when that version came out. I really liked the first one. This one's probably my least favourite of the two, but I'm kind of putting it up here because this is PlayStation games, not played the PS1 version of Lunar. But it was also one of those RPGs that I kind of just played to the end without too much regard of what was happening. I need to come up with a name for that sort of RPG, because number 19 is actually the exact same case. It was an RPG that I just did not fully take in. So part of me thinks I should go back to this one, but either way, I do remember enough that I did appreciate it, and I am very glad to have played it. So yeah, Lunar 2 Eternal Blue is number 20. So what's number 19 here? Number 19 is actually the exact opposite in a lot of ways, even though I had a similar feeling towards it. If Lunar is like simple, light-hearted, and charming, Xenogears is like serious, dark, and extremely complicated. It really is. I cannot tell you what the fuck happens in this game. I remember getting to like a halfway point or something where a bunch of time skips and just like completely clocking out of the story. But like the whole presentation of this game is unbelievable. You know, the mechs, the characters, the animation that happens like in the beginning of the game, it's all, and throughout the adventure, is all really, really well done. And like I said, its story has so many layers to it. It's really, really deep. And I'm not going to pretend I understand it. I mean, I'm definitely a big Xeno fan. Or actually, I don't know if definitely Xenoblade, but you know, I only played the first Xenosaga, and I would say that this is better than the first Xenosaga. But yeah, it again was a game I kind of got to the end and probably like tuned out partway through it. You know, that really is the case with a lot of RPGs, and I hate that happening, but what can I say? At least I remember enough that I enjoyed. So yeah, that's Xenogears, that's number 20. I might as well put all these back up on the shelf as I'm going through them. Right, next is like, yeah, another American import, you know, because there was a lot, even though there were so many RPGs that came out on the PlayStation in the Final Fantasy VII wake, you know, there was still a lot that we did not get over here, and that is infuriating. And it's not all RPG, it's also a bit platformery, but it's Brave Fencer Musashi. Now, this is a game that you just look at, in my opinion. You just look at it and you're like, that's PlayStation, okay? That is just like 100% early 3D, charming as hell. And I'm sorry I keep using that word, but I'm gonna let myself use it for this one. It really is. It's got an amazing soundtrack. He plays like this little ninja with a bit of an attitude. You know, he's kind of unwillingly saving the world, and it's a very funny game as well. You are smiling like the whole way through it. There are definitely some bits that are infuriating, that are like, you know, only in an early 3D sort of way would do. But for the most part, definitely for the most part, it was very enjoyable. I really want to sit down and play through this again at some point. But yeah, very happy to have that. And includes a playable demo of Final Fantasy VIII. Whatever. Brave Fencer Musashi. Okay, number 17 we're on. Okay, an actual European copy. And I almost have like a love-hate relationship with this game, because I like think about it and I'm like, oh yeah, Fear Effect. I think I like this one in a more style over substance thing. And that's Fear Effect. By the way, I saw like the latest Fear Effect game that came out on the Switch and stuff, and yeah, I wasn't impressed, but the first two games on the PlayStation were really something else, because they were like this real anime, manga heavy, like dystopian Japan sort of, I don't know how to say it, it's just got that sort of like dark, heavily anime theme to it, okay? You play as like these three different characters. I can only remember Hannah's name. Oh, what's the dude's name again? I really should remember it, but yeah, it's sort of Resident Evil. You know, you have like the tank controls, but your enemies shoot back at you. It is almost like a sort of trial and error game. You know, you will die in this game unless you know what to shoot in the distance and how to, like, you'll spend more than a few tries trying to figure out how to get your guns out and stuff. But a lot of the game is pretty much just like cinematics. It takes place over 4 discs, and they're all really short discs, which adds up to a game that's of decent length, you know, very hard, but like I said, I appreciate this one a lot for the style as opposed to the substance sort of thing, you know, and the same goes for the sequel. So, yeah, I'd definitely give it a thumbs up. Wouldn't be on the list otherwise. 2, Fear Effect. But not the new Fear Effect in the Switch, fuck that thing. Do you know that there was going to be a Fear Effect game there for the PS2, Fear Effect 3, and it got cancelled? You can still look up footage for it. That really sucks. Okay, so number 16, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this, okay? Because it's a franchise that I didn't grow up with, and the fact that in fact I may as well show them both at the same time, because the fact that I put them both together, I feel like almost signifies how much the fact that, you know, I was just like, oh yeah, I gotta put this here, I gotta put that there, you know, I just put them together, and the one above it was just like, okay, I'm putting this above it. I don't know. But number 16 is Spyro 2 Gateway to Glimmer. I've only played the first 2 Spyros, and if I'm honest, I don't remember too much of this one, to be honest. I just remember I got all the way to the end, and I must have enjoyed it on some level. I am going to play that Reignited trilogy. I'll play through all 3 games, I promise. And yeah, but number 15 is actually... Here's Crash Bandicoot. Now, this, however, someone has taken... I could have sworn, guys, right? I owned Crash 2 and Crash 3 on PlayStation, but it's not here, right? I was looking for it because my actual favourite Crash game is Crash 3. Crash 3 is amazing. I adore that game, you know? I adore its variety, like all the shit that's in there. I know 2 tends to be the more fan favourite, but 3 is where it's at for me, and I swear to God, I own it, but it's not here. And I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because, you know, I wanted that game. I do have the Insane Trilogy, I suppose, but that's not the point, is it? I want my original packaging, goddammit. So yeah, that's number 16, Spyro 2, and number 15 is Spyro 3. Crash 3, bleh, just so you know. So yeah, that's that. And now for number 14, we have Dino Crisis, a really awesome like survival horror game from Capcom. You know, they actually went full 3D with this as opposed to like the 2D backgrounds that you typically got in Resident Evil. You got a really cool like female character with like really, she's just like, I don't know, she was cool. Regina was really cool. I liked her, you know. And you're fighting fucking dinosaurs because dinosaurs had to be the thing in the wake of like the mid-90s. I guess it was Jurassic Park that started all that. But yeah, I feel like I need to play through this one again. I'm going to say that a lot throughout this video. I think I already have. Because this one's not really that well remembered. I hear a lot of people say that this game's actually not that good, that Dino Crisis 2 is the better one, and obviously I'm aware of where the series went from there and how it kind of went downhill, but as it stands from what I can remember, I adored this game. Dino Crisis PS1, brilliant survival horror game. Number 13 we have, this is a very special game for me actually, Time Crisis, and I'm mainly putting this on here because of my memories with the arcade game. You know, like, I didn't grow up with a lot of arcades around me. I pretty much only played them on holiday. I think I've told this story a bunch before, but light gun games were my jam. I played so many light gun games, mainly House of the Dead and Time Crisis. More so Time Crisis 2 than the first Time Crisis, but this is still nostalgic for me without a doubt. We always used to go to Butlins and Ayr for anybody who's been there, you know, and they would have Time Crisis there, and I would just like play it all the time. I'd spend all my money on it. It was brilliant. So yeah, Time Crisis. I fucking love Time Crisis, and yeah, Time Crisis 2 is better, but I still love Time Crisis 1. That's number 13. Number 12, my platforming roots coming out for this one, Ape Escape. The only Ape Escape game I've played, and I hate myself for it because I really loved it. I really loved going about collecting all the monkeys. It's extremely unique controls with what it did with the right analog stick. You know, they had this new analog stick. They needed a game to help sell that. Did they make a game to sell it? They wanted you to know 100%. Oh, see that second analog stick? That's there. You can use that. So, Ape Escape. It's a really, really good platformer. I definitely enjoy it, and I need to fucking play the other ones. Really, really fucking do. Okay. And number 11, we have now. This is a weird one, right? Because this is an RPG that I have not beaten. And I've told this story before, but I might as well tell it again. Grandia. My copy started freezing. I was playing it on a PS2 at the time, and I was really near the end. I think I was about to go into the last dungeon or something. But it would always freeze at a cutscene, and I think I could have, like... I had a friend whose PS2 I could have used. I even think I had a PS1 around the house, because I think it was the console more than the game. And yeah, I was just like, for some reason, I never did it. And I've always hated myself, because I remember so much of this game, and it was definitely like more of my jam than, say, Xenogears or Lunar 2, you know? Like, it was more of a middle ground for those two, like, extremes, quite frankly. And yeah, I remember so much. I remember Justin, his journey, all the characters he met, and this was originally a Saturn game in Japan, got ported to PlayStation because Saturn didn't do JRPGs too well, over here at least. But yeah, it's really good. The Saturn version is supposed to be better too. Isn't there like a fan translation of this actually? Because see if the game gets fan translated and released like the Saturn version, that'll probably be incentive enough for me to get back into it. You know, nothing against the PlayStation. This is still on the list. I still love this game. I love this version. But yeah, I just need a big reason to do it. That's all. But in any case, Grandia for PS1. And that's the first half. I might as well split this into two halves because it's still fucking hot and my camera's about to die, so better end this video quickly. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey guys, we're back. Okay, I may just put this all into the one video. Depends what I feel like, I suppose. But if you'll know by this point, so let's get into the top 10. Now, looking at these 10, actually, I can definitely say I've got probably a bit more to say. These are all, like, definitely games that mean a lot, right? They really do. So, and that can't be, like, said more than what number 10 is. Number 10 is, and I have the shitty platinum version. Oh, God. I'm actually just looking at this properly for the first time. It's even got an awful cash converters sticker over it. Here we go, SpiderMan. Yeah. My most popular Let's Play. I don't know how that happens. Like, I think I got a comment today, in all caps actually, that I read and it said, why does this have over 1 million views? It was on part 1. I don't know, and it's just like, what a return, eh? What a return. Like, I played this game a lot at a friend's house when I was younger. We played this game a hell of a lot, and the sequel. And when it came around to getting my own copy, £1.50 out of cash converters. And this is the very copy that I did my Let's Play with. So, 1 million views for £1.50. I'm literally just thinking about that for the first time. It's like, holy shit, that really is a good deal, isn't it? But yeah, I really do love this game. It's probably, in fact, I'm going to go say it, it's my favourite Spider-Man related thing ever, quite frankly, you know. I've played it so much. I collected all the comics when I was younger. Tried out all the hilarious cheats you can do in this game, like the What If mode, that was brilliant. And yeah, just overall, it's such a... I know that other games later on, especially Spider-Man 2, that's the one that everybody talks about. I know that game is technically way better and brought like a whole new innovation to the series, but... You know, I do just prefer this, right? In fact, this, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man, the first film game, are all really good, okay? Never played Spider-Man 3, but I heard that was a bit iffy, but yeah. Spider-Man, love it. Okay, and number 9, we have... I'm tempted to rearrange them already, but... Oh, no, fuck it, we're going to stick with it. Oddworld, Abes Oddysee. Yeah, it's the best cinematic platformer ever, I think. Played it a hell of a lot, again, at a friend's house. I'm going to refer to this like friend a lot throughout this video. He's my best friend. If you're watching this, I guess you know who you are. And we played these games a lot when we were over at yours. And yeah, this was definitely one of them. We played the demo of this a lot more. The demo of this in particular was like really cool because you literally had like graphics that were exclusive to the demo to say not available until September, blah blah blah, which is when the game came out. But yeah, the game itself is just so funny, so atmospheric, almost scary at times, and all around just a really good cinematic platformer. And the sad thing is, this is the only Oddworld game I can say I've played completion. Not really played Exodus. I have played Munch's Odyssey, didn't beat it. I've not played like Strangler's Wrath either. I've not even played like the remake that came out. Oh fuck! Oh shit! I've forgotten the name of this remake. I remember the name of the company that made it. They're called Just Add War, but why can't I remember? New and Tasty. New and Tasty. That's it. Don't know why that left my mind there, but yeah, I've not even played that. So definitely weird that I appreciate this so much, but I'm not really dabbled in the other games. But I don't know. I don't know why that is. But either way, Abes Oddysee. Brilliant. Okay. Now here's one a lot of people probably haven't heard of, but it's definitely a special one to me. Again, played it at my best pal's house. Incredible Crisis. We have a lot of memories with this one. This one is just super. It is just like look at this title, right? You have a Japanese salaryman falling off a building. That really does just sum up this whole game. It's like a weird sort of situation, like mini-game collection almost, following 4 family members going through their daily life, but incredibly like outrageous shit keeps happening, and it's just always like really hilarious, and it really super memorable, and it sticks with you. And you know what? Talking about this game spoils it, okay? If you have a chance, play this, okay? It's crazy, absolutely crazy, and I love it to death. Okay. Number 7. Okay, and again, I've put like, I might as well do this again, because I don't know why I've put these two together, I just have. But yeah, number 7 is Silent Hill, and number 6 is Resident Evil 2. Silent Hill, I actually remember playing this at another friend's house. Same friend as I played this at, actually. And I used to be like super scared of playing these games, okay? I used to, for whatever reason, don't ask why, really enjoy watching this friend play them. And I think after a while he got scared of like these games as well, so he would insist that I play them. In fact, Silent Hill in particular, right? I remember we started playing this game, and I was terrified of it, right? But I was playing it, and I got all the way to the school, okay? You know how the school, near the beginning of the game for sure, but when you're like 10 years old or something, shit's terrifying. So I remember getting that far, and like I remember several times going to my friend, because we knew there was a school. I remember saying to him, when we get to the school, you're playing it, right? He's like, aye, aye, aye. When we get to the school, you're playing it, aye, aye, aye. And we got to the school, he went through like 3 rooms and then went, okay, you play. And I remember just being super annoyed at that, because I really did enjoy just watching him play it. I don't know why, but yeah. Bit of a contrast between these two games for sure. This one's definitely more like culty, symbolistic, engulfed in the supernatural. Whereas this one's just straight up a zombie game. Fucking zombies, shoot them. Zombies are scary, you know? At least they used to be back in the 90s. A bit overused now, but this is definitely the better game, absolutely. This is probably the better experience, but if I had to pick, I'd definitely pick like this one. Really excited for the remake. That was a nice surprise, Capcom. Took you long enough to make it, didn't you? But yeah, survival horror in the survival horror was definitely a genre that the PS1 did really well. Also, you know, it was like Japanese RPGs and survival horror. That's where you went to. That's what you got on the PS1, and it was wonderful, you know. So yeah, Silent Hill, Resident Evil 2. Sorry, if one of the other bad things about it being so hot is I've got like real bad hay fever. So fucking summer, man. I hate it. Right, what is this? Are we on the... Yes, we are on the top 5, and these last 3 are all Japanese RPGs, funnily enough. And number 5 is Final Fantasy 6. Okay. Yeah. You know, I feel like I should probably like say some stuff, and why is it rattling? Oh god, there's a fucking bit of plastic in here. Gidgeon. I feel like I should like moan about how, yeah, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, they were alright, blah blah blah, and yeah, they were, you know, I'm not hating. But when it came to like a Final Fantasy game that I just played and I thought to myself, oh fuck, this is the one for me, I love this. This is it, and I'm not really sure what it was about it that like captured me so, because I played like Final Fantasy, let me see. I played, oh, I've just completely fucked up my case, god damn it. Played Final Fantasy 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 15, and some of those I really like, some of those I really don't like, but this one's the best. It just really has, the story spoke to the most, the music stuck with me the most. Gameplay not so much, I mean, it's fucking Final Fantasy, you know, gameplay from like 1 to 10 was pretty much the same-ish, but yeah, it kind of justifying it. This was the best Final Fantasy game to me. Just was. Loved it. Did another bit of plastic. I have literally just wrecked up my case here. Gidgeon Donalds. Just put it back, put it back. Okay, these cases aren't even anywhere near as bad as like Dreamcast ones, or even Sega Saturn. These were actually good game cases, you know? Good job, Sony, okay? And, okay, number 4 is another JRPG. Me and my best friend, we used to play this a lot, and I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again, goddammit, because it's definitely one of the biggest tragedies of my gaming life. Legend of Dragoon. Now, looking back, this game, right, is actually fairly, I guess, generic for PS1 JRPG. You know, if you look at the release dates, it didn't come out that long after Final Fantasy VII, when the whole JRPG craze really kicked off. But this is just the one that we played. I always talk about when you play RPGs, when it's like your first one. It's, there's something on the floor, what the fuck is that? your first one or your first few ones, you just like the structure of a JRPG has pretty much remained unchanged since the NES, you know? You start off as someone like going on a journey, you meet friends, you beat God at the end, and that's it. And the first ones you experience really stick with you, and that is definitely true with this one. I love this game, even though I can actually admit it's fairly like generic, you know? If you like played this after you played like Final Fantasy VII, you probably would be like, yeah, Legend of Dragoon, sure. But as it stands, it's one of my favorite turn-based RPG on the PlayStation for sure. The tragic story I was talking about, my best friend, he used to have a chipped PS1, and he chipped all 4 discs. It comes out in 4 discs, and we got to the end of disc 3, and disc 4 didn't work. And disc 3 ends on a hell of a cliffhanger. Disc 3, so much stuff is revealed, okay, at the last moment, and you're just like, oh my god, what the fuck? It really was just like a perfect situation to like fuck with my childhood, because I was so gutted that I could not experience Disc 4 until years later. And I think by the time I got to Disc 4 years later, when I finally picked up this copy, I was more savvy to the JRPG experience, and therefore kind of aware that in actuality, this is a somewhat generic RPG, so Disc 4 definitely did not hit me as hard as it could have when it came to this game. In fact, honestly, I probably do hold the memory of like hype that I had at the end of Disc 3, and the fact that I had to keep that with me for like 10 years. I hold that memory more over than the actual Disc 4. It's my first time actually thinking about that. That's a funny thing, isn't it? It's a good thing about doing these rambly videos, you know, you just say stuff off the top of your head and it sticks with you, so whatever. Number 4, Legend of Dragoon. Okay, and number 3, this I guess is my favourite PS1 RPG, and it's just because of how, again, I'm using the word again, it's because of how charming it is, right? I've done a Let's Play of this, and I just remember playing it and being like, oh man, this game is special, I love this game, I want to play this game over and over again. And I played it at least like 3 times or something. I first downloaded it on the PS3 network, because it was America only, and I had to import it from America. It's Threads of Fate. This is kind of like a platformer RPG, if you will, because you do a fair bit of jumping in this game. You play as 2 different characters, and the gameplay is actually a bit sluggish. The actual like real-time combat that you do in this game isn't that polished, you know, it's a bit clunky and stuff, but it's one of those cases where what really shines through to me is its story, is its characters, is its charm, you know, and its music and all the other little things that, you know, make you forget about the flaws, and that's something I've always held, okay? It's not about finding a perfect game, it's about finding a game that you see perfectly. And yeah, that's what Threads of Fate is for me, so there. Can we have a sequel to this square? Okay, I suppose not, eh? Anyway, Threads of Fate, number 2. Number 3, sorry. This is number 2, and it is a game that needs very little to be said about it. This was definitely me and my best friend's main game when we were younger. We played this game so much, and it's one of the most epic games ever. Yeah. Metal Gear, fucking, do I have to talk about this? Like, we've all played this, at least we all know it, for sure. I guess some of the stuff I can say is that it was like finding all the Easter eggs was really fun. I'm trying to like think of unique experiences here, because I can't just say I really liked it, because everybody really liked it. And it's probably like my second favourite Metal Gear game behind 2. I really love 2. I'm sorry. I definitely would have to like justify myself a bit more if I was sitting here talking about Metal Gear Solid 2. And in fact, actually, yeah, I did a top 20 PS2 games. Did I justify myself there? Because I know you do kind of need to when you're talking about Metal Gear Solid 2 compared to the other ones, you know? Maybe 4 as well. People are iffy on 4. It's always 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Everybody just loves 1 and 3 and hates 2 and 4. What is it about even numbers that everybody's just like, ugh, well actually I shouldn't say that because Metal Gear Solid 5 came out and there was definitely a lot of iffiness there, wasn't there? Anyway, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1, number 2. Okay, and my number 1 is... See, this is the thing, I don't know if this is really my favourite PlayStation game, but it's kind of the game that I go to when I need something. You know, it's like favorite PlayStation game. It's like that one, and that one is Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle, and I like it for every reason you guys could possibly come up with. If you know me, okay, I love platformers. I love charm. I love these sort of like animal protagonists, I guess. You know, Klonoa, I think Namco was maybe trying to make him a mascot at the time. His design is clearly like after Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, it's just a really fun, really simple 2D platformer. Like, can't really say much beyond that. I just love it, you know? And I guess it is my favourite PlayStation game. So, yeah, that's everything. Hope yous liked that. Maybe GameCube next? We'll see. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.